India is a democratic country. In a democracy, there is a government of the people, which is elected by the people and works for the people. A strong bond is necessary between the government and the public for a sustainable democracy. The role of media, which is also called the fourth pillar of democracy, is vital in maintaining this relationship. The basic job of media is to keep the public informed, educated and entertained. Also, the media acts as a bridge between the government and the public. While it makes the masses aware of the policies and activities of the government, it also reflects the sentiments as well as puts forth the needs and demands of the people before the government. It is the fundamental right of every person to express his or her ideas freely, which our Constitution also guarantees. Media is the biggest medium of this freedom of expression. The role of media had been very significant in India's freedom struggle. Be it the English newspapers or periodicals of various Indian languages, each one nurtured the zeal of freedom of the country and encouraged public participation in the freedom struggle. The British government tried to suppress the press by enacting laws, putting editors and scribes in jails and tried to curb the freedom of the press in all possible ways, but the media kept the torch of freedom burning among the Indian public despite all the hurdles. In this way, the media emerged as a strong voice of the people, and the British government and the new government of independent India were afraid of media. But the role of media remained paramount in the rise and fall of individuals and parties. But now, except for a minority of newspapers and TV channels, most of the media have preferred joining hands with the ruling party instead of fulfilling their professional responsibility. And those who are not doing so are constantly made to bear the brunt of both power and corporate anger. Today the media informs, but according to the commands from the powers that be. Educates, but about the government schemes and policies as how attractive and useful they are for the people. Of course, entertains, but to draw money, not in accordance with the wishes of the public but with those of the corporates. They show what is sold. Today the media is not the voice of the public. It is dominated by the corporate world and those in power. Now the voices of dissent do not find a place in the media. Even if the government comes up with a policy and it is contrary to public sentiments, the media still applies all its force to justify it and brands the voices of opposition as anti-national. Now, the masses who come to protest against the anti-people and oppressive policies are no longer visible to the media. Thousands of people take out rallies and processions, but this makes no news for them. The news is that the government has come out with some attractive schemes for the benefit of the people, which a handful of people are opposing because they have been misled by some selfish and anti-government people. Just like the public has no intelligence of its own. The truth is that most of newspapers and TV channels are now either owned by corporates or run by political party, or a major organization. A negligible number of the newspapers and channels that are still struggling to save democracy are facing the challenge of survival. If this fourth pillar of democracy, or say democracy, is to be saved, the media must be freed from the clutches of both the rulers and the capitalists. For this, intellectuals, journalists and public interest sealers will have to work hard in order to find a solution. If democracy is to be saved, the media has to be saved.